この力。さあ、始めようか。
It's review time, ladies and gentlemen. It's the first review of the channel, and today is Sparking Zero. Now, this is the fourth installment of the Tenkaichi series, and it's about time this came out after a couple years. Now, the main menu is a lot better than all the other ones. As you can see, the way it does transition to each part of the menu is really cool. On top of that, you're going to get some like quality of life things that is a little different. Now, unlike Tenkaichi 3, you don't really have the characters just all in one, so you're gonna have to like earn them by getting some Zenny, and you kind of go to Zeno's orders to kind of just do challenges for the games and earn them. There's this other thing of Whis' stand books that also can give you some things, but more along the lines is just only so you can go to the shop and purchase some things, right? So you can customize your characters, which I don't need to get too much into that, but you can shop for some items for some new characters, as you can see. And on top of that, you can buy new outfits and outfits used throughout the show. You can also get these other things like music, you got strategy items, you've got player cards, you've got a couple of those things there. And as we continue to explore within the main menu, there's also some other little quality of life things that have returned as of when Bulma, Chi-Chi, and Videl talk about the characters.
若い頃の悟空さだな。こんな姿になられたら家が壊れるわ。そういえば今のベジータさんには尻尾がないですよね。
Just to give more characters, more things to do in the main menu, and on top of that, the battle system between player 1 and player 2 split screen has returned. Yes, finally, but only on one map, and it's only on Hyperbolic Time Chamber. But the other stages, all the stages are not there from all the other games, and there's some stages missing, but the battle system is still pretty fun. It's 5v5, 2v2, 3v2, whatever you want to do. You can do 1v1, and there's about 180 characters to choose from, different transformations, so you can try. When the battles do begin, now they do the same dialogue like every Dragon Ball game, right? It's always there, but you can customize them now if you go to customizing in the main menu, or just different type of things they'll say with different characters, just like all the other Dragon Ball games. Now the battle system is a lot better than all the other games in this one. There is a lot more flashier, better combat, and better looking transformation in this game. This is probably the best looking transformations you'll see in any Dragon Ball game. They still have the same rushing attacks just like before, just like Tenkaichi 3, and on top of that, they still look very good with the Ki Blast, and it's all real time, so you can do them just anytime. On top of that, the powering up looks way better than any other before, and that's probably the highlight of the game. We do have the return of the World Tournament, and we have the return, of course, of training, but the World Tournament's a little bit different this time, but still much of the same. So when they do still each round, and they have different modes. They have a Universal Tournament of Power mode, and they have a regular tournament mode. But what's really cool is when you do your super attack, it seems like the entire crowd clears out just to make sure and give a little bit more animation, more detail to how powerful the attack is. But then you just go out of bounds, and it kind of just feels like, okay, it doesn't blow up the whole World Tournament, but still a good touch that everyone rushes out. So you can't really down them for that. We are here now for the meat of the game, and probably what everybody wants to know the review for. How good is the story mode? Well, the only thing with this story mode is very reminiscent to Budokai 3, where you have to choose which character, and they each have their own route, right? So the only thing is, they do a pretty decent job, but not the best, because there's some cutscenes that should have been actual cutscenes, and they do this thing, the storyboard things, as you see on the screen now, and I think that weakens the game a lot, especially when the biggest part of the game I was kind of looking forward to was how they were going to treat certain cutscenes, but they kind of did in a storyboard kind of like slideshow type of way, and it wasn't really the biggest fan of it, but it wasn't the hugest downgrade that makes the game terrible. Now the game is still good, the actual story mode is still good, and the combat and difficulty of the story mode is a little bit more challenging than what you're used to from a Dragon Ball game, right? Because I remember fighting the Great Ape and then losing about 10 times, and seeing Vegeta just laugh in my face. hundreds of times until finally I was able to put the stupid monkey down.
精神集中する暇もねえ。たった10秒だけでいいんだ。集中する時間が欲しい。
Regardless, the story still follows the original canon, but you can also get off canon and just go to these what if scenarios. But most of the canon cutscenes are going to be actually activated during the fight, kind of like quick time events, but not really. It's actually just you activating the effect. But when the cutscenes that need to hit, they keep going. They actually show pretty good cutscenes that haven't been shown before in other Dragon Ball games, and it makes it good and makes it kind of seem what we were looking for. So that's another good thing. Now, as you can see, we did move on to another part of battle mode that's 5v5, right? Like I said earlier, you don't have to just do 1v1s. You can do 5v5s, and you can control the characters, not just one each person or each player. And I'm telling you, once again, after playing every different character that you can, the game is looking, feeling, and fighting incredibly, and it is a very, very fun game to play. Dragon Ball Sparking Zero is definitely a game for the fans. If you're a die-hard Dragon Ball fan, I would definitely pick it up. I definitely try it, and I think it's very worth it. The only thing is it does lack in the story mode, but other than that, if you just want to play the game for some very colorful, very great battles, especially with friends or family or even online, I would definitely pick it up, as it is one of the best looking, I'd say, Dragon Ball games done. And I think it does have a lot to offer with the DLC coming later in the future.
少し黙りましょうか。
With that being said, if I was to tier this, I would tier this an A. It is not quite an S tier due to the fact of the actual story mode of lacking some scenes and lacking an entire arc, which I do not want to spoil, but it does lack in actually showing one of my favorite arcs of Super. But other than that, the game is great. The game definitely does deserve an A, and I'll leave it at that. So thanks for watching. This has been the 8th Dragon. This is still a growing channel. This has been the first review I have ever done. Next ones will be a lot more better, but as I grow, so will my skills with these type of things. But also, if you're new to the channel, go check out all the other videos I have, all the other tier lists, all the other thoughts. And on top of that, thanks for watching. Hit the like, hit the subscribe, can become part of the community. Let's get this going, and hopefully we see more reviews from me, and we'll see where that goes. So thanks for watching, and see you guys later.